Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nosipo. You are sitting with me today. We are going to talk about the wedding planning. I made the shoot. I forgot to switch on my mic, so now I'm redoing it again. Okay guys, the reason I am discussing about I decided to pick this topic is because we have so many assumptions about certain things that are not correctly communicated to us. Being raised by a single parent and my grandparents, there are some lessons that I saw when I was preparing for my wedding or getting married in that matter. So being raised by a grandparent, you belong to your uncles or your maternal grandparents. So your father don't have a say because obviously he didn't pay damages. Therefore, that's where the problem or challenges come. So in whatever ceremony that you do, you need to involve your uncles. They are the ones, they have the delegation of authority. So it happened that as we were married for 7 years, the way our negotiations went was that, okay, we sat down as a couple, okay, do you want a wedding? I said no, being that because we couldn't afford at that time for a wedding. Hence I said no. Therefore, it was interpreted that we don't want a wedding ever. I'm not sure, because that's how my husband interpreted it as well. Story for another day. Therefore, our negotiations were only on the ceremony for Umembeso. I think you will know the ceremony that happened at my home, where the groom's family bring gifts, and then you are now recognized by the family as officially married. So today I want to speak to the leadership of the house. Hence I'm dressing for the occasion. I have Ichalo Lami. You see, I have my head, Auntie, the boss of how Umakoti must wear. Please relax. I'm not putting a head wrap today. I'm showing you my hair because I want to breathe. And my head, as you can see that my head, you see, it has some holes. It shows that I'm demanding some air today. I want to breathe. Plus I don't have, plus it's cold, so I can't open an aircon or something like that. This topic is very hot, is hot. Okay, let's continue. What I am saying is that I'm speaking to the leadership of the house, to those that will tell you that there is no event that will happen without me. There is no event that will happen without whoever approving that. And if it's not done in a certain way, it is not going to be recognized. Our ancestors are not going to recognize that. Guys, I know that these things, we don't talk about them. We hardly talk about them. And it's few people who have the balls of speaking about these things. Cool. As I have said that we had done our first ceremony in 7 years ago at that time. Not complete if you are not sent to the groom's home officially by your parents. They need to take you there officially so that you will finish the entire process of the wedding. That is the traditional part. And then, my response was to them, we are not yet ready financially. We are still getting ourselves together because all these ceremonies, they come up with a lot of money or the cost. Yeah. And then just to give you a background, we were blessed at church just after our traditional wedding or Lobola ceremony. We were blessed at church by a pastor, and then our marriage was registered officially. So with Home Affairs, the courts, I was Mama Mrs. Nkosi. However, traditionally I was not fully Mankosi because I had not given the family gifts, or the process of exchanging gifts was not completely done. I hope you understand. If you know you are wedding, as the bride, I had all these years, I had started planning, thinking about my wedding, that I want this type of a wedding and things like that. I remember it was in August, it was in July or August, when we contacted my family to say that we have intentions of doing a wedding ceremony, and they need to send me officially to my in-laws. And then some of the things we're not aware about is that during the negotiations, the intentions of the grooms need to be clear, that he wants to do the wedding. Then based on his intentions, those negotiations are done through that. So on my case, that was not the case. The intentions were that we are doing Lobola, then we are done. Then that is learning number one. You can't be paying Lobola and you are not intending to do a wedding. That is a big question. When you do the Lobola, your intentions should be to do a wedding. So it needs to be clear on day one. To you negotiators out there, make the negotiations clear that you are taking umakoti. You are not taking a half makoti. It doesn't work like that. So that's what brought some of the struggles in this story. So on that day, the whole day was spent with the families as a formal meeting was arranged, that we have the intentions of doing a wedding. So they had to sit now, meaning it's negotiations number two, because remember in the first negotiations, they only negotiated one step of the wedding. They didn't negotiate the second step or the entire process. So now they had to sit down, agree again on the price and or the cows, just to put it that way, to say initially the cows that we charged you were not to carry a wedding, because there are certain things that are required on the wedding day. Yeah, and then we did that. It was tough. Yeah, then yeah. Step number two. Now remember, we had already agreed with my husband that we're going to do a wedding, and then we also looked at a date that will fit us based on our financial affordability, as well as our availability from all the busy life that we have. So on that day of that negotiations, we communicated to them that we have already went to view a venue, and we have communicated with the venue that this is the date we are picking. Remember, during the wedding seasons, the venues, they are normally fully booked, and some venues will put pressure on you that a date has already been taken, you need to be fast. And we had already paid a deposit, if I remember well, before this meeting. We had already paid a deposit. So what happened is that they were not happy that we had already chosen a date, we had already paid a venue without them knowing. Okay, that was a lesson to me, that I need to communicate with my parents before or like paying, because now I couldn't cancel. I was going to forfeit that deposit. Right? That's my lesson. Okay, moving forward now, planning the wedding. I planned the wedding alone most of the time. Understanding my husband the way he is, he'll just say, okay, whatever that you want, I fully support. He wouldn't even want to know the details. He'll just say, whatever that you want, it's fine, I fully support and everything. So I took his word, planned the wedding the way I wanted it to be done. A wedding requires groomsmaid and bridesmaids. Deco. Deco is based on the number of people, and then there's food. Excuse me. There's photographing, videographing, and yeah. Let's start with the bridesmaids. I had went out of line, so now I need to respect them. Out of respect, I started engaging with them all the time. I started discussing the theme of the wedding, the plans, like on how it needs to be done at this time. This is what will happen, the food, the what, and everything that you will think of, telling them what we have gone, what we have got, what we have not got. Cool. Number one, I communicated that I don't want, our plan or our wish is not to have bridal party. They didn't receive well. They made comments that it's going to be a boring wedding. You need a bridal party. You guys are still young. We want to see them bajaiva, bashaya, ivosho. So, you know, it needs to be appealing to everyone. It's not that we will look at all of you guys. Normally, the bride and the groom, they are boring. Okay, that was the wedding I had dreamed, I had planned of, you know. My reasons were that I have seen people struggling with bridesmaids and groomsmaid, and like all the entire mess, the coordinating, it gets to your shoulders. So now, guys, entertaining, what's going to entertain us? I said to them, no, it's my day. I want all the eyes to be on me and us, you know. As we walk in the entire day, I want you guys to look at us. No. And then I decided to be a considerate bride, to listen to other people's advices, because I didn't want to be a bridezilla, you know, not cooperating, because I knew that I wanted my people's support any way that they could. Then I took that. We discussed it, okay, then we looked for bridesmaids and the groomsmen. Now we have looked for the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. Now there are complaints. Oh, you just chose people. You didn't even confront us that you are going to choose whosoever. For instance, for example, now the person that you have chosen is not working. I need to be financially responsible for that person. You have not even given us the theme as to how are they going to wear, because we need to pay for that. I said, no, guys, relax, because we had chosen the people understanding. They are close to us. We understand if the person is working or not working. And the theme that we had chosen was a very simple theme, like a shirt and a trouser, as well as a brace, you know, and simple dress, simple heel, because it was in summer, and in summer you don't have to overdo it at times. It gets so hot. Yeah, you should have communicated at least, or asked for our approval. Yo, guys, headache. So my mistake was that I discussed with them how are we going to do our day. If I had shut my mouth, my big mouth, and then they would have seen on the day that there are no bridesmaid and groomsmaid, that would have been fine. And they were not going to do anything, because it was going to be on the day. You see? Another one. Colors now. Hey, you know what? I wanted everyone to feel involved, included, you know. I communicated my theme. This is how I want it to be done. I don't want any color. It's only flowers, and, you know, giving them the description. This is what I want. And I remember the rose gold was still in fashion. I want the rose gold cutlery. That can be the color. And then other things, I just want it to be wood and greenery flowers, as well as white roses. No, you can't be choosing such a boring theme. It will be in summer. You need to come up with a pop of color. I just put my foot. I decided to put my foot down. I never changed the color, because that was the color, or that was the theme I liked, you know. But the comments, were too much. So now I started asking myself, Whose wedding is it? Whose wedding is it? Am I invited? Or am I getting married? Because I've been selecting all these things alone, planning all these things. It's just that now I have discussed with people. Now they are fighting me. No, people started sending me photos. Look at this color. Look at this color. Sissy. Putti. The color, the theme is has been chosen. Chill. We went on to pick the theme for the bridal party. We wanted fawn, like my head, brown, light brown and white, obviously with the mix of greenery and white on the decor. Comments were made now again. No, you can't have those colors. It's a summer wedding. It will look so dull. How do you do that? You need to get bright colors, you know, something that will be appealing and showing that it's a youth wedding, like catering. The family don't have to cook and things like that. And then on my side, I had requested the family to do the cooking. However, when you request a family to cook, you need to be very specific. Discuss with the person who's going to cook on the day. Because what happened on my side was that I had discussed with my family that they will cook. But then now, after seeing that, I have paid. We have paid the supplier for catering on the groom's side. Guess what? I got an invoice after the wedding day, which I had to pay. Invoice, you are owing us this much for catering. So be very specific. All discussions need to be clear to the point. Don't be afraid. If it's your aunt, you cannot be demanded money that you had not planned for. That will be a biggest shortfall. Make sure that everything is discussed. On there is be very specific. Be very specific. Don't just accept any help that is landing in your hand, because at the end of the day, they are going to send you invoice that I have used my car, it traveled 30 times, therefore you are owing me this much. And when now you have not planned for that. Cool. So those were the things that we didn't execute them well. Another one. Okay, the guest list was a mess. The guest list was a mess. Remember, in that meeting, we discussed that there need to be a ceremony in my home, in the groom's place. That is the traditional requirement. I said, okay, fair enough, that is fine. However, I'm going to take from the budget of the or Western or whatever white wedding, and then we put it here, we split it. How then we are requesting some people to attend on Friday, which was the wedding at my home, and then Saturday morning, which was the wedding at the groom's place. I would say I chose because my husband was not into the wedding ceremony and everything. It was not his interest. It's not him. He's very chilled. So I chose an evening wedding because that's what I liked, you know. Then when I spoke with most of my elders, I said, please attend the Friday and the Saturday event. Reason being that I know that elders don't like to drive at night, you know, go out at night. It's not them. So I had tried to accommodate everyone. The comments were, no, you can't go and get married without our present. You can't be there. We are going to attend. Guess what? All right, on my side, I had put my friends on the side, cut a lot of my friends, like it was so painful, cut a lot of my friends, and then my husband has a lot of friends, and then like he wants to please everyone. He wants everyone to be happy, you know. Okay, that's fine. I understood. I respected his wishes as well. And then on my family, they tried to register as well, and his family, they said they will come. However, some people never responded. Thank you to COVID-19. How are you attending the weddings now? You need to say if you are coming or not coming. Where's at the funeral? I was trying to be realistic in terms of the cost, and in like not to do things that are beyond our means, you know, and not to go hungry after the wedding. Where was I? Oh, okay. Yeah, they said, we cannot miss the wedding. Definitely we'll be there. Oh, all right. The wedding came. Ne? Should I go there? The wedding came on Friday. This my elders attended. It was so nice. They were so supportive and everything. And then on Saturday, my elders attended as well. Came on time, very bubbly and happy. Vuga makoti. Let me tell you one tip when I'm a good. At any day, 24/7. Don't treat your sisters very bad, eh? You must always respect your sisters. I'm in a shame. Cheers to my sisters. Those people, they showed up. They showed up, covered all the sides. I mean my cousins. They covered all the sides, and you know, they were there jumping up and down, you know. Mina, I don't know. This is a topic for another day. In-laws, those people, they will surprise you. They are very quick in saying, on the invitation, you said you want us at 9. You will see them at 9:30. They forget about anything. They will come there. Okay, that's a topic for another day. Let's pack it. Yeah. On that day, they were here on Saturday. They attended at the groom's place. It was nice. Now it was the time to move to the venue. Everyone went to the venue. All the elders, even the people who knew. You know what? As a person, you need to be realistic. You need to be realistic to yourself that you know that is not you. Or maybe you have plans. You are committed. Don't waste people's money. Man. Don't be the spoiler of the event. They all went there. It was a stampede at the venue. It was a stampede. Some people didn't say that they were coming. They were there. They didn't bring +1. They brought +8, +12 people. Drunk, misbehaving, all that, you know, anything that can make your wedding to be a disaster. Hi guys, that's why I decided to say today, let's sit down and have a meeting. Let's sit down and have a meeting. We need to know one thing. People's weddings are costly. Let's not call something let's call a spade a spade. People's weddings are costly, and it's all about their memory. It's all about their celebration. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about them. The day is about them. So just spare a moment. Stay at home if you know that you are going to be so destructive. I'm not angry. I'm just addressing the elephant in the room. I'm being realistic because I know ukuthi thina siyathanda ukuthemeleza indaba siyiqondi straight. Sithanda kabi nje you know. Yiko nje ngifake ingubo yami nginihlonipha. Kodwa nginihlonipha nje ngizokhuluma amaqiniso. Yeah, it was a chaos. Now some people who have reserved the place, they had to go back. You know? Yeah, they returned. People, they returned. They went back. And then there was a fight now. There was a fight. One of the guests fighting with the venue owners. Nje yazini nje singabantu abansundu nje sikhipha true colors bethu. Hayi ke. So let me see a learning there. A learning there, I would say that if you want to make the traditional wedding as well as the Western one, rather plan it in different dates. Don't make it on the same date, you know. Maybe make it this month and then the other one in the next 4 months or 6 months or the other day, so that you know that the people that you want to be there, they are there, because it's very difficult now to control the crowd when everyone is here, you know. And then you need to put your foot down. Tell your friends and family that if the invite is for one person, it's for one person. It doesn't extend to everyone. Guys, we need to be realistic. Times are tough. We cannot live on. Now moving forth to this traditional slaughtering and whatsoever. Guys, those things, discuss them on time. Discuss with your partner. Follow up as to who is going to do the slaughtering. Have you organized people? Because uzoba surprised, uzoba surprised, whereby there's no one pitching. There's no one who will pitch when now you've invested on your family, thinking that they will come, or your friends, they will come and help you with the slaughter. You need to arrange those things. At least nowadays there are people that have the meat cutting machine, and you can pay them. Just be proactive, because at the end of the day, these things are going to stress you. Worst one. We had an incident whereby our car was stolen a week to the wedding. Therefore, all our plans changed, because we were using that car as a buggy, you know, to load things. And then there was a good Samaritan who said, no, don't worry, I have a buggy, I will do it. I will give you guys the buggy to use. Yeah, we were all excited and fine. On the last day, the person said, because you have refused to perform what, I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give you my car on the day of the wedding. So the point here is that make sure that you pay for your services. Don't rely on people who say they will assist you. Have plan B. Luckily, there was plan B. Then everything proceeded with the transport, and then we didn't have any problem. Another one is that weddings are viewed as an achievement as African people. Why is that? I don't know why is that, guys. And then another question that I have is, why do we always have to fight during weddings and funerals? Ay man, sinasngama character. Why do we always want to be actors during weddings and funerals? We see this with celebrities, big profile people. During weddings and funerals, it's always drama. Why, guys? No, we need to change. Speakers that will not do good, will not do you justice. Let me tell you, ha. Our people, even like, you know that you have a good relationship with this person, they will wait for you. They will wait for you at the day of the wedding, when you give them that podium for a speech. They will tell you in front of everyone. Guys, let's teach ourselves to protect each other. Let's not embarrass ourselves, because sometimes you think we are embarrassing that person. You are not. You are embarrassing yourself, because people are looking at you. And there's one thing that you must know: on the day of the wedding, they are beautiful shape, no matter how ugly they are, no matter how you can classify them and say they are ugly, what, they are so beautiful. People are just concentrating on that. They are not even concentrating on your speech. It's the few ones in the front tables that will concentrate on the speech. Others, shame. So don't use the wrong platform to spoil some kids' day. No, guys, teach yourself. If you have been asked to deliver a speech by a friend, tell them, no, I'm not a good public speaker. Can you please ask someone else? Because I know some people are overwhelmed by excitement and then they end up speaking wrong things. They end up speaking wrong things because they are overwhelmed by excitement. Omunye has had a beef for a long time. So now we are giving them the platform. Exposure. They will tell you how stressful you are, how like you have a pride, you don't know people, you don't want to involve people. Where else you've been involving them? Family meetings, friends meetings, WhatsApp groups, everything. Hi man, nine drama. Nine drama. Because another thing, if you start asking them money, they will say, why did she set a date for a wedding and she's broke? If you don't ask them money or any financial assistant or everything, hayi shemune pride, uyazazi ke yena umankosi, hayi uyazazi, uzazi nje strong. Hayi shem cha, idrama engaka, ipuyaphi le drama engaka? No guys, we need help. And it is so painful because this thing is done by people who say they are atheists, Christians, they know Jesus. Yes, even when it's done by the uncle who drinks, I don't accept that, because alcohol, once you drink alcohol, get drunk and dance on the floor. Make the wedding funny, with your moves. Don't make the wedding sour with your speech. Because whatever you say, it doesn't going to change the fact that these people are married. If you didn't want them to get married, they will get married eventually. And in most cases, these celebrations are done where else there was a marriage certificate long time ago from Home Affairs or wherever. So spare your energy, use it at the right time. Or if maybe there is something that the couple has done or you didn't like, know your place. Don't just speak. Set a date after the wedding or before the wedding and say, you know what, my child, I didn't like this and this and that. You know what? So make sure that your wedding is the happy day that you want. It's not it's not a planned embarrassing moment for you, because now when you have not put correct people there, it's more like you have planned and paid for your embarrassing moment. Depression izofika depression ikushaye ukuthi atha. Must speak yona shame. It's not easy, because sometimes even the uncle that you trust, on that day kuzoba ngathi ushaye ivodka. Set a date after the wedding or before, privately so, and say, I didn't like this, the way you acted my sister or my brother. Don't in front of the people, and then when now we are uyehla, shame. Uzoyihlazisa because your rating iyehla. All the people now, every time when they see you, iloyana lo khuluma ukubheda. There's another thing that you need to understand, especially Africans. As weddings are viewed as achievements. Some people, once they see a wedding invitation, already basawa. So let's pray against those spiritual things. It's a spiritual curse, this thing. It's a problem. Because now when you don't want this wedding to happen, usuzoqala ke manje with all your comments. No, guys. Hence, in church, normally when there's a wedding happening, they will make dedicated prayers for the wedding that is coming and pray. Even on the Thursday, they will pray. It's such things that they are praying for, because they know that on the wedding day it can happen due to jealous. I know I have a jealous, but I always control it. Once I fail to control it, I know I'm not okay. I need to book therapy. I need to consult. Or I need to pray about it. So if you can't control your jealousy, now you just go in front of people and say whatever that you want. I was part you are ruining some kids event. No guys, I'm talking this because I know it's happening. I know that it's happening. Now you always get the bride crying from the speech that you made, and go back to the basics. When you have been asked to deliver a public speech, prepare it, write it, read it in front of the people. Don't go and make up your words. Even when they have not asked you to prepare a speech, we know with African culture, mabazo kwamukela, bayakuyala enkundleni. Stop talking izinto eziphathisa abanye abantwana ngestress, man. How? Ubahlambalaze. No, protect them. Hi guys, no. Angithethi, I am stating the facts. Izinto ezenzakalayo. You know what? There is a problem with single parents, because they need to get approval from the delegated people, the official heads of the family. They can't do their own things. Like, they can't sit down and say, okay, my child, you want this, that is fine. They will sit down, okay, my child, you want this. I still have to consult with your Baba Mngane. And then if Ubaba Mngane agrees, that is fine. But in most cases, Ubaba Mngane will just make the sin worse. Ubaba Mngane will say, no, this is not going to happen. And if they are not doing this, what I want, I'm not coming. Now you start stressing. Ubani ozokukhipha ngoba Ubaba Mngane refused. Bantu abaphethe delegation of authority kahleni anisiphatheni kahle. In closing, let's learn to accept people's belief and choices. We know ukuthi some people, they don't have umsamo, or they don't believe in umsamo. So stop telling people if you didn't report your wedding umsamo, it's not a wedding, and they are not going to be blessed by kids, they are going to divorce. How many people got divorced abaya umsamo bathelwa ngenyong? How many people? I don't want to count this one of kids. It just makes me angry, because so many people get kids without even getting a Lobola. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, thank you so much, Bo Auntie, the heads of the family, the authorized people. Delegation in none. All we are asking for is, guys, let's protect our families, let's love each other, and sivale ihlazo, no matter how big or small ihlazo is. Singalwi, man. Let's not fight amongst each other. Let's fight poverty. Singalwisani sibange nje izinto ezinganangqondo. Thank you so much.